Nature has a way of reminding us of its immense power, and two of the most awe-inspiring and destructive forces are hurricanes and tornadoes. While both represent violent storms capable of wreaking havoc on a massive scale, they are quite different in their formation, characteristics, and behavior. To understand these meteorological giants, we must first dive deep into how they form, and then explore the significant differences between hurricanes and tornadoes. Let's embark on a journey through the heart of these powerful phenomena. How hurricanes are formed. Hurricanes, also known as tropical cyclones in some parts of the world, are colossal storm systems that form over warm ocean waters. These storms thrive on the heat from the ocean and the moisture in the atmosphere. The entire process begins innocuously, with something as simple as a cluster of thunderstorms over tropical waters. But under the right conditions, these thunderstorms can evolve into the monster storms we know as hurricanes. The seed of a storm, tropical disturbances. Every hurricane begins as a tropical disturbance, which is essentially a disorganized cluster of thunderstorms. These thunderstorms are often fueled by the trade winds and can form in regions near the equator where water temperatures are warm. For hurricanes to develop, the ocean's surface temperature must be at least 26.5 degrees Celsius or about 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is typically found in tropical and subtropical waters. Low pressure and rising air. As warm air rises from the surface of the ocean, it leaves behind a region of low pressure. The air from surrounding areas rushes in to fill this void, and as it does so, it picks up moisture from the ocean. This process leads to the creation of more clouds, which in turn, releases more heat as the moisture in the air condenses into cloud droplets. This heat, known as latent heat, further fuels the rising air and causes the storm to intensify. The Coriolis effect. One of the key ingredients for hurricane formation is the Coriolis effect, a result of the Earth's rotation. The Coriolis effect causes the wind to spin in a counterclockwise direction around the low-pressure center in the northern hemisphere, and clockwise in the southern hemisphere. This rotation is essential for the development of the storm's characteristic spiral shape and its intensification into a hurricane. Organized structure and the eye of the storm. As the storm grows stronger, the winds near the center of the storm increase in speed. The storm begins to organize itself into a more structured system, with a clear center known as the eye. In the eye of the storm, the weather is calm and skies can even be clear, but it is surrounded by a wall of intense thunderstorms and the most powerful winds, known as the eye wall. This organized system, with a well-defined eye and eye wall, is what distinguishes a full-blown hurricane from a mere tropical storm or depression. Further intensification. If the atmospheric conditions remain favorable, low wind shear, warm ocean water, and abundant moisture, the storm can continue to intensify. Wind speeds will increase, and the storm will grow in size. Once wind speeds exceed 74 miles per hour or 119 kilometers per hour, the storm is officially classified as a hurricane. The Saffir-Simpson scale, which categorizes hurricanes from Category 1, 74 to 95 miles per hour winds, to Category 5, 157 miles per hour or higher, helps gauge the potential destructiveness of the storm. Landfall and dissipation. A hurricane's energy source is the warm ocean water beneath it, so once it makes landfall or moves over cooler waters, it begins to weaken. However, before dissipating, hurricanes can bring catastrophic winds, torrential rains, and storm surges, which can lead to massive flooding, widespread destruction, and loss of life. Differences between hurricanes and tornadoes. While hurricanes and tornadoes both represent violent atmospheric phenomena, they differ greatly in their formation, size, duration, and destructive mechanisms. Understanding these differences can help in preparing for and mitigating the impact of these storms. Size and scale. Hurricanes are immense in size, often spanning hundreds of miles in diameter. They are large, slow-moving systems that can affect entire regions, sometimes impacting multiple countries. In contrast, tornadoes are much smaller in scale, typically only a few hundred meters wide. Tornadoes, while more localized, can still cause intense damage in a concentrated area. Formation. Hurricanes, as discussed, form over warm ocean waters. They require a combination of heat, moisture, and low-pressure systems to develop and grow. Tornadoes, on the other hand, typically form over land during severe thunderstorms. They are the result of changes in wind speed and direction, known as wind shear, which causes air to spin horizontally. When this horizontal spinning air is tilted vertically by an updraft in a thunderstorm, a tornado can form. Duration. The lifespan of a hurricane can last several days, sometimes even weeks. Hurricanes can slowly churn across the ocean before making landfall, providing more time for meteorologists to track their path and predict their impact. Tornadoes, on the other hand, are short-lived phenomena. They usually last only a few minutes, though in rare cases, tornadoes can last for hours. Despite their short duration, tornadoes can form quickly and with little warning, making them harder to prepare for. Wind speeds. While hurricanes are larger in size, tornadoes often have stronger winds. The fastest winds in a hurricane are usually found in the eyewall, but even Category 5 hurricanes rarely exceed 200 miles per hour or 322 kilometers per hour. Tornadoes, however, can have wind speeds of up to 300 miles per hour or 483 kilometers per hour, especially in the strongest tornadoes classified as EF4 or EF5 on the enhanced Fujita scale. Damage and destruction. Both hurricanes and tornadoes can cause immense destruction, but the nature of that destruction is different. Hurricanes are known for their widespread impact. They bring heavy rains, causing flooding, and powerful winds that can topple buildings, uproot trees, and knock out power over vast areas. Hurricanes can also produce tornadoes within their larger storm systems, adding to the destruction. Tornadoes, on the other hand, create more localized but often more intense damage. Their powerful winds can completely obliterate buildings, hurl vehicles through the air, and leave a narrow but devastating path of destruction. Geographic occurrence. Hurricanes primarily form over tropical and subtropical oceans and impact coastal areas. In the Atlantic, the hurricane season runs from June to November, with the peak in late summer when ocean waters are warmest. Tornadoes, on the other hand, are most common in the central United States, a region known as Tornado Alley. However, tornadoes can occur in many parts of the world and at any time of the year, though they are most common in the spring and summer months. Predictability. Because hurricanes are large systems that take time to develop and move, meteorologists can often predict their path and intensity several days in advance. This allows for early warnings and evacuations. Tornadoes, in contrast, are much harder to predict. They can form rapidly during a severe thunderstorm, and while meteorologists can issue tornado watches and warnings, the exact location and timing of a tornado's formation are often difficult to pinpoint until the last minute. Hurricanes and tornadoes are both awe-inspiring and terrifying forces of nature. While they differ in size, formation, and behavior, both types of storms have the potential to cause widespread destruction and loss of life. Understanding how these storms form and what makes them different can help us better prepare for their impact. Whether it's the vast, swirling system of a hurricane or the intense, localized fury of a tornado, these storms remind us of nature's power, and the importance of respecting it. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos.